Welcome to Forging with Iron Beak Forge. Today we're going to be restacking some Damascus. It started as 35 layers that I created earlier this week. I've cut it into 4, and these will end up being 140 layer billets. We've got 4 of them to do today, but you're only going to see me do 3. Here we're just welding up the seams so that they stick together while we forge weld later. This is a common process for most Damascus. Once the seams are welded, we weld on a stick so that we can take it in and out of the fire pretty easily without burning ourselves. Once in the fire, we wait for them to get hot enough, and then we flux. Fluxing is a pretty easy process. These are actually hotter than they appear, and you can kind of see that as the forge scale cracks off and reveals a brighter color below. This billet's been mostly cleaned of forge scale, but you can see it forms very quickly and flakes off as I go, revealing a much brighter color, indicating a much higher temperature. This probably started somewhere around 2100 degrees in the forge before it started cooling in the air. I generally like to forge weld pretty light for the first few passes until it's got a pretty established weld, and then I'll flip it on its side and test the welds. Here we've skipped ahead a little bit and spared you of some of the tedious drawing out of the billets, and we're just drawing out to final length at this point. I'm really liking this new forge as it allows me to work 3 10-pound billets at a time, which actually ended up being quite a bit. I could probably work up to 4 billets if I was working by myself, but the pace would be drastic. However, if I had another person working with me, I could probably weld 6 billets in this forge. It's really a big forge. It's probably more space than I needed, but it's a good balance because the last forge I was using, while great, was not quite enough room for what I was doing. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of the video. It's just me straightening the steel before it goes onto the cooling rack. And we'll be back to show you what it looks like on another video when it's all ready to be turned into knives. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next time. If you haven't already and you're still listening, hit the like button and the subscribe button for me if you don't mind. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.